Hey, this is David Farkas with Red Dot Forum. Today, I have here the brand new Leica TL2, which just came out. We're gonna do a quick unboxing, take a look at it, and see how it compares to the original T. So stick around. Okay, so before we dive in and unbox this, let's talk about the Leica TL2 for a second. This camera was just announced a few days ago, and it is the successor to the original Leica T Type 701, which launched in the spring of 2014. And Leica did a slight update and refresh last year, calling it the TL, dropping the type number entirely. And that's just an effort. They've done the same thing with the M, going from the M Type 240 to simply the M10. Camera is beautiful, just like the original. It's made out of a single block of aluminum, so a unibody construction with a giant 3.7-inch touchscreen, which is daylight visible and very responsive. The biggest changes here are the update from the original 16 megapixel APS-sized CMOS sensor to a brand new 24 megapixel APS-sized CMOS sensor with much better dynamic range, much better low light ability, much faster. So here we've got a frame rate of 7 frames per second on the mechanical shutter, all the way up to 20 frames per second electronic shutter, which is really fast. And the ISO now goes from 100 to 50,000, so much bigger range. As far as the speed, to support that kind of processor, we now have the Maestro 2 processor, which is a Leica proprietary processor. It's used in the SL, the Q, the M10, the S Type 007. So this is a very high-end processor and enables it to have that speed, as well as now being able to offer 4K video, which the original didn't have. So a lot of really nice improvements under the hood, and the camera is still beautiful, it's elegant, and really still unique in the marketplace. So let's dive right in and see what we got. First off, we've got the Leica silver box. This is the standard system box. So if you have an M10, a Q, this is the box you're gonna get. It has an interesting way to open. So basically, once we undo the latch here and pull it forward, the box just springs open. All right, so once we remove the outer silver box, inside we'll find black box. This is what I like to refer to as the Leica dresser, if you will. So it's got a magnetic closure, and when you lift the top flap up, you'll see here we have the cardboard box for the camera. I'm just gonna set that aside for a moment. And then underneath, we have the drawers. So you got a top drawer, which I will also set aside, and the bottom drawer. So let's remove those and take a look at what we've got. Okay, so first, let's take a look at the top drawer. In here, we're gonna find all of our paperwork. We've got the guarantee card, the test certificate, and in here you'll see we've got the product number, serial number, date of manufacture, and signature of the technician who actually did the quality assurance testing. We've got a 90-day free trial for Adobe Creative Cloud photography plan, which would include Lightroom and Photoshop. It's a great way to go. I use this myself. It's about $10 a month, and you always get the latest versions and all the updates. Here we have a compliance certificate in pretty much every language. Don't really need to look at that. We've got a TL2 quick start guide, and in here you're gonna have basically go over the overall features of the camera and also the menu just in brief on how to actually operate that. And then we have the instruction manual in German and English. Next up, we have the bottom drawer. And this is where all the accessories come. And of course, being Leica, they're in these nice classy bags. So let me take the bags out and then we'll take a look at what's in each one. Okay, so I've laid all the little baggies out and we'll take a look at each one. In the first bag, we have the strap. And very similar to the strap that came with the original T. So this is a black rubber strap, silicone rubber. It's not adjustable, just a fixed length. So if you want an adjustable strap, those are available separately. You can also use an adapter to put on a standard strap. Next up, we have the battery. And something to note about the battery is the color of the bottom. So the battery goes in this way, but because we have a silver camera here, we have a silver bottom to the battery. So if you got a black camera, this will be black. Make sure that if you are ordering an additional battery to go with the camera, that you actually match the body color. So they are two different model numbers. Here we've got the battery charger, and a lot of the Leica chargers actually are figure 8 style mains cord, but this one is a snap-on adapter wall charger unit. So when we open the next bag, you'll see what I mean. So this bag is full of adapters, and we have adapters for all different countries. So I believe this is Australia and China, Western Europe, another European, probably Italy. This is Japan, United States, and United Kingdom. So it's pretty cool that Leica gives you all of these different adapters. I'm gonna use the US one and I'll show you how this goes on. You wanna take the top, which you can tell is on the adapter is curved, and just place it in like so. And then we just click it into place. And that is it. So now we have a nice little wall charger. And the battery plugs in like so. And you'll hear it click. So that's how you know the battery is ready to go. And then you can remove it using the safety catch. So you have to push that forward and the battery comes out. And our last little bag has a USB cable, and it actually has it, you can tell by the blue, this is USB 3.0, which is the fastest USB standard. And this is a Type A connector, which is just your standard rectangular connector. And on this, it's a USB Type C, which is the same also as Thunderbolt 3. The nice thing is this is a bi-directional, so you can mount it either way, right side up, upside down. It's the exact same all the way around, which is kind of cool. This will actually charge the camera battery inside the camera, so the camera's got built-in charging hardware, which is really neat. Now let's look at the camera. So this is the nice little cardboard box it comes in. Removing the lid. We've got the TL2 here in its high density foam. And it definitely looks like it wants to be taken out. So let's do that. And here is the TL2, looking very nice indeed. So it does come without the battery inserted. So we'll want to insert that battery, which is very easy. You just line it up and click. So you'll see the battery is the same finish as the bottom of the camera, which is really nice. To remove the battery, similar to a S or the SL, you give it a little twist here on the lever, but you'll notice that the battery doesn't fall out. So it does need a little half press and then it'll release. That's a nice feature so you don't drop your battery on the ground or into a pool or the ocean. As I said, the camera is very similar to the original T. We have a lot of the same design language here. This is actually machined out of a single block of aluminum. And they end up with a beautiful, beautiful camera here. And then the back is a fairly large 3.7 inch, 1.3 million pixel LCD display. And it's flanked by black glossy glass. Very similar, again, to the design language that you'd find in a MacBook Pro. Really feels very similar to that. The camera is cool to the touch. It's light but solid, really nice. In terms of the design, if we take a look along the top here, you'll see that really there's a hot shoe, and we can remove the cover. And this is also aluminum, nice touch. So this can accommodate the Leica flash or the electronic viewfinder, which I'll show you a little later. It's just a smooth plate here. We've got two control dials. We have the shutter release, and that is surrounded by the on-off switch. So if you want to know how to turn the camera on and off, this is it right here. And a function button. On the original T, this was a video button, but this is now assignable to different functions. And of course, we've got the lens mount. So you just push the lens release button and give it a twist. Inside, you'll see the 24 megapixel CMOS sensor. It is APS-C sized, so there's a 1.5 crop that you're going to experience on your lenses. So let me put a lens on there. This is the 23mm f2. It's the most compact lens in the system. All right, so now let's turn the camera on and see what we get. So turning the switch on, which is right here, we'll be greeted by a little intro animation. The Leica TL2 is currently shipping for a price of $1,950. You can get yours at Leica Store Miami. We've got a link right here, both for black and silver, as well as down in the description. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to red.forum.com for the latest Leica news, reviews, product announcements, show reports, technical articles, and more. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.